What's going on, everyone? It's Chris, and welcome back to some more Maniac recaps and predictions, and we are continuing on with Survivor recaps and predictions podcast with my good friend Gocubs711.
Because, the reason that Pokemon would make another firefighting type after they already had Blaziken and Infernape was if they had to just have a really good idea for it. So they get this pig, and it's a fire-type pig, and it evolves, and it gets a fighting type added onto it, and since it's a pig with a fighting type, pork chop.
Wow, that's a really big realization. That's earth-shattering. That is earth-shattering.
Yeah, sort of. How's it go, guys?
Sorry, I was also taking a drink during that, so that was my chance that was my leeway. All right, so welcome everyone. We are now going to be discussing the double episode that happened last week, which was pretty good. I liked the episode. I think this season's still up there with that. They're doing really well. They haven't really slowed down too much for me, but I thought it was a very interesting episode nonetheless. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So they come back from Tribal once again, and it is the no collar. They just got rid of Nina. Haley's really excited about that. And Haley's just really excited about getting on Nina. She's psyched. And she talks this as a sign that they've been through the worst, essentially. So I guess their perspective is half full. So now they move over to Blue Collar, and we get more Mike eating random things scene.
Of course.
Where you have Mike... he cuts off a head of a snake. Delicious. And then goes on. He literally cuts the head off of a snake, which I thought was almost a little figuratively. I feel like that's really interesting. Like, oh, you're cutting the head off the snake. That's a term that they use a lot. So I was just like, wow, that's awesome.
What a badass.
What a badass. So then they just kind of shared the snake, and it wasn't really that big of a deal. But apparently, Rodney is getting closer with Mike and dealing and being more okay with Mike, and I guess Dan too.
Which is surprising.
Which was, considering they were like all getting angry at each other and all that kind of stuff.
Rah. I'm angry.
They're all still, I guess they're okay. So now we get to a challenge, and I thought it was going to be the immunity challenge. Just like, wow, they're getting really fast into this. They're like just speeding right into it. It was the reward challenge, which is the first time.
I love it. I love it when they switch to 2 challenges an episode. Me too. I
feel like it keeps the action up.
Yeah.
Thank God they did it. I thought it was awesome. I really enjoyed the fact that they really came back with that. So it explains what the reward challenge is. One person from each tribe will stand on a tower and call out instructions while their blindfolded teammates stumble out to get items. They'll then put the items on a platform and hoist them up. Finally, they have to retrieve a flag. First team to raise their flag gets some hens and a rooster. The second tribe gets some eggs, and the other tribe gets nothing. And I was gonna say a date with Jeff, but that does not happen yet. So now this challenge, I immediately went to Gocubs, and I was just kind of like, yeah, Nina would not have done well with this challenge. So good for her.
As soon as it aired in the preview from the week before, he was like, yeah, it was probably better that she went away. I mean, she could call.
Not even, because there's gonna be all these people calling at once, and I feel like she would lose focus. So I agree with you though that she could have had some use in terms of maybe doing some calling and such. But
that's the only thing I could see her do though.
Yeah, basically. So now, what I found really interesting was that all the really strong people like Tyler and Mike and Ronnie, they all set out for this challenge. I found it very strange that like some of their strongest members of the tribes was just like, oh yeah, I'll just sit out of this one. I mean, I guess it's a good one because it was a reward challenge, but I don't know. I feel like they could have used that extra strength. So then you had Sierra, Joe, and Carolyn being the callers. and then the challenge starts off, and everyone's getting hit in the groin.
Right, because they put all the fences at groin level.
Yeah, and everyone's just bumping into each other, all this stuff, and they all of a sudden, like, there's just all these problems with lifting the little board that brings up all their, like, hay or whatever it is.
Multiple things like sticks, hay, barrels.
Yeah, a lot, like, it was Dan and Will.
Mono dragons.
Yeah, whatever it may be. Dan and Will were the ones that are lifting it, as well as the people that are blindfolded. And they were all blindfolded, by the way. So none of them, like, they were all kind of having trouble, like, initially. After it was all lifted, the board kept on dropping really fast afterwards. Like,
because they can't see how well or how fast it's coming down.
Right, exactly. So they just kind of, like, move on real quick, and they don't realize the safety precaution, which I feel like Jeff should have maybe said beforehand, even if it was off camera, just kind of be like, yeah, just be slow about this. And I mean, and instead of him yelling off the sides, because I don't think anyone was really listening to him at that point. So, what happens is Kelly... Or what happens is that Blue Collar, to get like the next batch of things up their little posts, and all of a sudden they drop the board, and the board drops right on top of Kelly's head. It's
bad.
It was bad. There's blood
really bad.
Like pouring out of her, like where her buff was, like her head, and it was bad.
But they had to. I think what made it sort of worse is that they had to keep the buff on, just in case she was still able to do the rest of the challenge.
Yeah, and they couldn't really, like, check it out too much. But they were able to look at it, and it was a pretty bad wound, but she was like...
It was bad. It was a pretty big cut.
It was a pretty big cut, and she was, like, stone-faced. Like, she didn't care. She was just like, yep, state trooper, bitches... You know, I don't care. I'm totally okay with it. And they were like, oh, yeah, well, we're going to have to probably put stitches in it, but for now we could just bandage it and you could go right back into the challenge.
Yeah.
So I thought that was good. I mean, I felt like there hasn't been a lot of screen time for Kelly up until this episode. So I felt like her just being kicked out immediately was just kind of like we never really got to see Kelly as a player. So I'm glad that she was able to, and like literally they're like, oh, say, are you sure you can keep on going? And she's like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't say no. She didn't say anything like that. She was just like, yeah, fuck it. I'll go back in. I'll
keep going.
I'll feel pain.
Balls to the wall.
Right there, exactly.
Ovaries to the Wolverines.
What the fuck? Okay.
Trying to come up with a rhyme that would. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, you're trying to add, you're subtracting. So the no collars end up winning the entire challenge. And they end up getting the chickens, and the white collar, they get second, and the blue collar.
Egg.
They got the eggs, and blue collar, all of a sudden they just lost their first challenge ever. It was a war challenge. They lost their first challenge ever, though. So maybe this is foreshadowing. Okay, so we find out that I guess this was a little side thing that was added in, that it was Will's birthday. And so he was a little emotional because this is like maybe his first time that he didn't really have a family with him or friends with him for his birthday party, and so the no collar tribe was basically celebrating with him, and he was just like, let's have some fried chicken. And I was just like, that's fun. Fantastic. Round of applause for Will. All right. And then Jen was having some problems as well with the chickens, though, because she's vegetarian. She didn't want to see the chicken slaughter, so she went out. But to be productive in her time away from camp, she decides to look for the idol. And she succeeds.
She does it.
And I guess they really need to do a better job of hiding these things, because there's been twice now. The only two times that people have found idols in this season, that
they didn't have a clue.
They didn't have a clue.
Quite literally, they didn't have a clue.
They, it was. I don't know how they did it, and it was just. It was really. I just think that Survivor just look at it, just like, yeah, you guys need to change some stuff up, man. You
No,
guys need to.
it's not their fault. It's the landscape.
Yeah.
They don't have any interesting places to hide it in the landscape, so they just got to pick. Here's a fucking tree.
Yeah, right, exactly. Or you know what they could do? They should just place one out in the open and see how long it takes
Oh,
for people to find it. They should just make it so out in the open.
maybe slightly covered by a pile of mulch.
Yeah, like just something like that, and then just have people like trying to look. Oh, they're gonna hide it in the nook of a tree, or they're gonna hide it inside the bark, or like digging underground, and like they're gonna try to do all these crazy things to try to find an island. Meanwhile, it's practically out of the open.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be something interesting that they could do, but I just they probably won't. They probably will just keep on doing the same.
nah.
Thing. And that was really awesome in my opinion that she was just able to find it. So we go back to Blue Collar though, and Kelly's got all of her stitches, and she's totally okay.
Ready to play the game.
She's ready to keep on going.
Yep.
So this is the one I know you're gonna want to go on a rant about. So later on, with the Blue Collar, we see Sierra, Ronnie, and Lindsay, and they're discussing the differences between the sexes. So Ronnie shares some sexist views.
Very sexist. He basically says the big thing that he was trying to nail in was that women should hold themselves to a higher standard than men. Which basically means I'm a racist asshole. I shouldn't have to do not racist, sexist asshole. He's probably racist too. No, I'm kidding.
Who knows?
He might be. I just want to be lazy while all the women do the work.
Essentially.
Terrible attitude. I couldn't stand listening to that. I wanted to punch him so badly, but that wouldn't have been the best idea because I'm not an able-bodied person.
And
well, no, that's the wrong phrase. I'm not a strong person. I'm able-bodied. I'm not a strong.
And plus, you don't want to punch your computer screen or TV screen and like risk shattering it.
I mean, maybe you wouldn't, but
I mean, who knows?
To each their own.
Yeah. God damn it. So Lindsay says if Ronnie was her son, she'd break his jaw and feed it to him. Lindsay's really violent.
Yeah, couldn't tell.
Pretty violent. I mean, I guess. So it starts out fun and then it gets really heated. And it just that whole yeah, I agree. I think Ronnie is just one of those
too big
things,
of a hothead.
Well, he said it the minute he came into the game, I knew he was going to be sexist because essentially he the whole thing was, oh, I just want to gather all the girls in the camps because the girls will they love a good sob story, and I can
get them to do whatever I say.
The women need to have a man leading their way. Like he's clearly someone that just believes that like the men are the higher sex or whatever.
Right.
So he's a dick, clearly. So.
Yep.
What are you gonna do though? He'll just keep on doing him. So now we move on to White Collar, and Shireen tells everyone that she slaughtered a rabbit before coming onto the show to practice.
Yes.
What are you doing, Shireen? That's not something you say. That's really kind of sad.
There's information that you should give out to people in order to make yourself seem like a productive and or survivable human being. That's not one of them. That just makes you look like a
psychopath.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, you could kill animals, but a fucking rabbit. I mean, yeah. I get that people hunt rabbits, but it's more. I mean, I'm pretty sure if she said like any other like if she said that she killed a chicken, like I don't think people would really like look at her like like with crazy eyes as much with
Yeah.
like, Rabbit, you know, because Rabbit's not as known for being killed than like a chicken or like anything from like a farm or
Yeah.
deers or whatever.
I killed a cow. Where the fuck are we gonna find a cow on this island, Shireen?
Essentially. So okay, yeah, this is where I'm gonna probably come in for a rant here. So Shireen walks away, and all of a sudden the four of them are just getting together, and they're saying what they're gonna do for the next challenge, and they're saying that maybe they should sit out Shireen. And so Max said that he doesn't want Shireen's feelings to be hurt, and Carolyn was just like, "What the hell, man? Like, we want to sit her out."
But
Yeah, I can't speak because like we want to have our weakest person sit out, so we have like the stronger
exactly.
people. So Max leaves for a bit, and Carolyn decides that they should really get rid of Max. And if they go to tribal, because Shireen is like with him 100% and whatever, and she says he's the head of the snake, and I thought that was really interesting considering what earlier before about
I get it
about the snake thing.
Yeah.
Now this is my little thing that I was having problems with. I know there was probably a point where Carolyn in every Survivor, in every single social competition, you end up getting close to people, and then at one point you break it off.
Correct.
Personally, I never really saw that transition with Carolyn. Carolyn was 100% in with Shireen and Max and a little bit with Tyler. But it was established at the very beginning that those three were sticking together. And all of a sudden, Carolyn just kind of flipped on them. Just suddenly, just out of nowhere, just kind of flipped on them. I know that happens a lot during Tribal, but this just happened just suddenly. This was just like, oh yeah, I hate them. They're annoying. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So, I mean, I don't know if that was a Survivor editing fault, or if that was
I'm not sure, honestly.
If that could have been my fault, because maybe I missed something. But I felt like that whole thing that all of a sudden that she just automatically hated Shireen and Max. It could be like again one of those like, oh, this is like the first day, let me get with whoever people I can, and then realize
that might have been it.
What the characters are like, and then want to be like, yeah, no, fuck you. So who knows? All right, so immunity challenge. The first immunity challenge of the night. So all four players from each tribe will be tethered to a rope. One by one, they'll travel along an obstacle course. Once all four members are at the end, they'll use poles to create a staircase. From there, they'll stand on a balance beam and use ropes to maneuver balls along a hole-filled course. The first two tribes to put 3 balls in their place will win immunity.
Right.
So, I'm pretty much not going to really go too in depth, but essentially what happens is that Ronnie is really having a lot of issues. In the beginning there.
How do I get over the rope?
Or like the little beam or something. And he was having a lot of problems, and he essentially cost them the challenge.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible how bad Rodney did.
And like it was funny too because you saw like Will, in the beginning, just like he's having problems, and then all of a sudden you just see him run, and he's like kicking ass, and you're like, he's like going through the ropes, and it was just like, Will, there you go, that's the strength that your team needs. So that was really fun to watch, and finally the blue collar lost. Who won, by the way? I have to read.
I'm pretty sure it was No Collar.
No Collar won first, and then White Collar won second. So it was essentially the same thing as the reward challenge. Yeah, I remember my dad saying that. I watched Survivor with my dad, that's why. So, now we move on to the camp, and now they're trying to figure out what's happening. So, Lindsay automatically starts talking to Dan. And they're talking strategy, and Lindsay wants Rodney gone. So Dan, I think all these guys on this fucking tribe is sexist, because there's like Dan just says he's going to listen like a woman, which apparently means emphasizing.
Yeah, and also not.
like just nodding,
Empathize, not emphasize.
or God damn it.
Emphasize. Say it with me. No, I'm kidding.
We're not gonna fucking make this an English lesson. Whatever. Emphasizing. So that's apparently that's
empathy. Empathizing.
Empathizing.
No, That's the word.
Yes. Okay. There we go.
Did we come up with that already?
I think I said it initially. Actually.
No, you definitely said emphasize initially.
Okay. Whatever. Title of this episode.
Empathy.
Empathy. God damn it. So. Yeah, so like Dan's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna listen to like a woman which is just nod and smile and just agree with her. So
that was a dumb comment.
So
meatheads all over that tribe.
Yeah, I really don't like blue collar. So later on, you got a 4-way alliance all of a sudden forming out of nowhere. So you got Dan, Rodney, Kelly, and Mike. A solid foursome. And this person that I'm reading the article from, he says how that happened, and I gotta agree. That just kind of happened out of nowhere. And I know that we get to learn more about a tribe once they're at the risk of being a tribal, but literally, that came out of nowhere. They gave no background for that. They gave background for everything else. All the other two tribes, they gave background to everything. But they apparently they never said that those 4 were a foursome. That it was it's so weird how they just did that.
Yeah, the editing is a bit off this season.
For at least the blue collar.
Yeah,
because that's like the second time now that they just the editing was off for Carolyn too. Never mind, but there's just something there that was just like we missed it, but then we just kind of all shrugged. There was like, all right, there are 4 of them. All right. This is my favorite part. Rodney decides to compare himself to Tom Brady.
Yeah, no. Team?
And the guy in the fucking article just now, he just says, which is a cool comparison because they cheated in that first challenge. God damn it.
This was probably recorded before Brady's scandal, though.
Right.
So
no, I know.
I
know that, but I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
I thought that was just a funny comment that the guy made, though. Whether people believe that the Patriots cheat or not, I thought that was just a funny...
Oh, they probably did.
Yeah, who knows? All right, so then, I guess we just dive right into tribal, and they don't really know like what's I think it's between Lindsay and Rodney at this point, because Lindsay there's some of them that like want Lindsay gone, but there's some of the people that want Rodney gone. They're both annoying in the tribe, so they have to figure out who's the stronger person.
Yeah, they hate each other.
And yeah, they hate each other, so it'd just be better. So that night trouble. Dan says that Sierra and Lindsay are super close, so that's that. So Rodney admits that he doesn't get along with Lindsay because they're like chicken parm and tuna fish.
Yeah.
She says potato, and
I could use some chicken parm right now.
Wait, she says potato, and he says in an expletive deleted. God damn it. Lindsay thinks Rodney has no morals. Sierra thinks Rodney is vulgar demeaning. Kelly wants Rodney to shut up sometimes. And Rodney says he loves his mother.
Basically.
Essentially. And they go on to the whole woman debate again. Ronnie had better hope his mom makes the jury. God damn it. I had to figure out the name of this guy that writes this article that I'm taking from.
Yeah.
This guy's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
Lindsay still thinks a blue collar is going to win the game, and Mike finds that very inspiring. Well, yeah, he's blue collar. So no one knows what's happening right now.
Not a clue.
No one knows, and all of a sudden, no votes are shown. They're about to vote, and we got one vote for Lindsay. And Sierra, spelt wrong. It's spelled
What?
Ciara. And the final,
which could be a spelling for Sierra, just not the way she spells it.
yeah,
That's more Ciara though.
yeah, Sierra. I have no idea. And then the final vote is for Sierra.
Sierra.
So we got a 3-way tie.
Everyone's fucking freaked out because you didn't expect Sierra's name out there.
Yeah, no one really expected that. And then finally, we get to the final vote in everyone, I guess, except everyone pretty much at that point votes for Lindsay.
And she gone.
And she's gone. The crazy feminist is gone.
Hairstylist.
The feminist stylist.
Femstylist.
Yeah, she was really
the blonde
obnoxious
one.
Though. Yeah,
all blonde.
They're all blonde. They're all blonde. She was really obnoxious. I never really liked her. I felt like she was a bit of a loudmouth.
No, yeah, she was. I did like when she tore up Mike. That was very funny.
Except for the religious thing, I thought that was a little too hard.
That not that part, but.
And I agree. I like the fact that she just tore up a new one.
Threatening his manhood was a good sight to see.
Oh my god. So, that start threatening his manhood. God damn it. So, then, speaking of this guy, who I'm just gonna get the name of real quick, Gordon Holmes. That's the guy that writes this article. So shout out to him for letting me use this article while trying to do a recap show.
He's cool.
He's pretty cool, and he just said before he actually started the whole series, his series pick was going to be Lindsay. So that's 2 people that got fucked over.
Yep.
Well,
spoilers!
It's spoilers. All right,
Spoilers.
All right. I'll keep on going now. All right. So we get back to camp, and Lindsay's fucking pissed. And Mike tries to play nice, but Dan and Ronnie are just fucking tearing her apart.
Yep.
Sierra's still pissed, and Sierra does not trust anyone on their tribe. And we get to the reward challenge, and
there are 3 things set up, and all of a sudden Jeff says, "Drop your buffs. We're going to 2 tribes."
Yep.
But there's still 3 things at the challenge just to fuck with them.
Fuck with us too. I got scared because I remember seeing the rumor that it was going to be 2 tribes, and I saw that there was 3 mats, and I was just like, "Holy shit, am I wrong?" So loudly
because I'm at home.
You just yell "fuck" out your window.
Well, I'm in my basement, so there's not really windows down here.
Oh, it's completely completely sheltered.
Well, I mean, we have like a storm drain.
Oh. Yeah.
That I could escape out of.
You could escape.
Should there be a fire on the only exit from the basement?
One
second.
God. Okay. Meanwhile,
yeah,
while you're
just keep going.
Yeah. Meanwhile.
What?
So now we go on to Joe.
No.
Wait. Go Cubs! You're not muted. Go Cubs! You're not muted. God damn it. Professionalism, guys. You're professional. Go Cubs.
I'm so sorry about that. I couldn't find the mute button.
Alright, so what I was trying to say was that here are the new tribes. So you got, on the first tribe, the blue tribe, you got, Shuri... I'm sorry. On the red tribe, we got... Wait. I'm sorry.
Shireen is on the red tribe.
Blue tribe, I'm talking.
Blue tribe.
So Joe, Dan, Sierra, Tyler, Joaquin, Mike, and Ronnie. So a lot of good players.
And you know how many people are on that tribe, Chris?
7.
You know who else has something related to the number 7? One of the guys on that tribe, Tyler.
Oh. God damn it. 7 professional football teams. So every person represents a single football team.
Yep.
So whichever
it's pretty damn impressive, I have to say.
Whenever team was more of a
that
train
many
wreck,
football teams.
Whatever team was more of a train wreck would be what represents Tyler.
Right.
And then we could just divide the teams amongst the rest of the tribe mates. All right. Anyways, and then the red tribe. Oh, who's gonna go up against this strong tribe? Shireen, Carolyn, Jen, Haley, Will, Max, and Kelly.
Nah, the so unbalanced.
It
It's
was
extremely unbalanced.
extremely unbalanced. It was really just like, wow, how the fuck does that happen?
Yeah.
How does that happen? Literally every single person on that tribe, on that blue tribe, is strong. And I guess for the red, you got Jen, who's pretty strong. You got Haley. You got Kelly, who's pretty. Hey, she fucking dealt with a wound to the head, so I mean, she's pretty
Kelly's
strong.
cool.
Mac's pretty good. Carolyn's okay, and then you got Will and Serene. So.
And Max.
But then you have like Joe and Dan and Sierra, Tyler, Joaquin, Mike, and Rodney, who have all shown that they can, except for Rodney, but
right,
who knows?
But he's on the blue collar, so he must be strong and a hard worker, because those are the stereotypes enforced upon them.
Right, exactly. Rodney must be glad that he only has one girl to deal with on his tribe.
Yeah.
God damn. Alright, so we get to the reward challenge. I'm not gonna really focus too much on this. Essentially, they're gonna be fighting for kitchen supplies and anything that the white collar tribe had previously.
Correct.
So we go through it, and who won? Go Cubs! I wonder.
The red tribe lost.
Red Town, yes, exactly. The blue tribe came out, guns
victorious,
blazing, and although I will say this, they did have some pretty good clutch catches from Will and Max.
Yeah, it was.
It good.
still wasn't enough though.
Still, yeah, it wasn't enough. Actually, I don't know if Max got a catch. I remember Will
Max
getting a catch.
Max was the first one to catch one.
Okay, and Will was like the last one to get a catch.
Yeah, Will got one like in the last round, but then the blue team got one right after them. So.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Chris, do you know what this means though?
Yeah.
You won't have to deal with the fact that you'll be saying red collar anymore because.
Oh yeah, true.
It doesn't exist. You'll just say red tribe and blue tribe, and then you'll do it right.
Well, I should say this though. I think Nagarote and
Nagarote
and Eskameka. So we could try to pronounce those names too. Nagarote is the red tribe, and Eskameka is the blue tribe. So on Nagarote, Haley wants to get Kelly on their side immediately. So Kelly's like the odd one out, and everyone's trying to pull their side. But at the same time, you have Carolyn, who surprisingly just kind of flipped on Shireen and Max, and she was just kind of like,
right.
Yeah,
everyone thinks there's like the no collar and the white collar. They're like a strong threes, and then no, not really.
All right, real quick, I'm just going to switch back to the Survivor Worlds part logo because I forgot last time I kind of kept it on that one person. Yeah. So my bad. So then you have everyone's just kind of like thinking, oh, we have to get Kelly on our side, but then you had Carolyn also kind of there on their side anyway. So then we get to Eskameka. Holy crap, that's gonna be hard. So and Mike is psyched that a lot of the blue collars are there. They're all there for a majority. But at the same time, you had Dan like tear Sierra apart though, so that's not really that's not going to really work out for them. That majority. So they all walk away, and Sierra just starts tearing into the fact that she hates her blue collar tribe.
She hates all of them.
She hates all of them, and Joaquin, Tyler, and Jill are just basking in that. They're just like, yes, come cry on our shoulder, and we will control you. Or at least Joaquin was like that, and Tyler. Not so much Joe. Joe was kind of quiet. So then Mike forces Dan to apologize, but Dan does not do a good job at all.
No.
Essentially, what Dan does, he's just kind of like, yeah, I'm sorry for what I did, but you did it first, and like it just ignited a new fight, and now Sierra just now hates them even more. So, good job, Dan. I'm proud.
He tried.
No, he
didn't. Not really. Still pretty assfully handled that situation.
Assfully, I like that.
Assfully. Full of ass.
Full of ass. Back in Nagarote, Shireen is singing the national anthem for some reason.
Oh, Canada, my home and native land.
Oh, speaking of Canada, I'm sorry, we'll just pull away from this. Big Brother Canada's premieres tomorrow.
Oh, okay, I'll check it out.
I'll link you with some stuff about it.
Yeah.
It's like you can't watch it on TV though.
Back to Survivor.
Yes. Anyways, we'll talk about that afterwards. So, where am I? I lost where I was talking about. Okay, so then, she sings the national anthem. She's whistling. She's talking about poop. Jen just fucking wants to stab herself. And then Max gets stung by a stingray. So then Jen knows exactly what to do, and she pulls up a foot. She pulls up a pot of boiling water so he can put his feet in. And then we find out that Max has a wart on his foot.
Yeah.
And yeah,
like what the hell?
And people are just not liking that. People just people are like what the fuck? I mean, I guess he knew that there was a wart there, but how else were you really gonna solve your foot issues, though? I mean, I don't know. I kind of felt like people got too mad at Max, but
it was their drinking water.
But it was Jen who pushed that water onto him, though.
That's true.
So like everyone was getting mad at Max when really they could have been getting mad at Jen. So that was just really. I mean, I guess he could have warned people ahead of time that he had a wart.
Yeah.
Whatever. So then all of a sudden, Carolyn's just kind of again going on a rant about Serena and Max and how much she hates them. Then what's that knocking noise in the background?
They're pounding meat, chicken.
Oh God. All right.
It's chicken. It's okay.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, man. I mean, I think that's we are definitely a fucking PG show. All right.
Right.
All right. So
acid boobs. Uncensored
tits and nails. Sorry, that's an actual song from a musical. All right. So 2 members from each tribe. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the immunity challenge now.
Yeah.
So now we get into the immunity challenge. So 2 people from each tribe will drag pots on a sled towards obstacles. Then they'll put the pots on pedestals. I'm sorry. Yeah. Then they'll put the pots on pedestals. Finally, a tribe member will use a wrecking bolts to smash the pots. First try to destroy their pots wins immunity.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
God damn it. I'm not even going to go into this. Who won?
The red collar did not win. Damn it, red collar.
Did you just say? Did you actually? I thought that you were just messing with me when you just said that just now.
No, that was a slip. You got me. I can't make fun of you for it anymore. Blue tribe won. Eskameka won.
Yeah, and it was just like it was not even close, and it just makes you like wonder they really need to like maybe reswap these tribes.
Yeah, like it's not fair.
It's really not at all.
It's not balanced. Like part of it is random draw, I guess, but
what they're gonna end up doing is that they're gonna end up they're gonna go through this for like the next few weeks. And if Eskameka keeps on winning, then they'll just merge. And it'll be over.
It'll be mostly at Eskameka.
Essentially. Oh God, that would be awful. I don't like a lot of those people in that tribe.
No.
Like I like Joe. That's the only one that I really like.
Joe is the only redeeming factor about Eskameka.
I'm kinda iffy about Sierra. Like she's okay. But like all the other ones, just kinda like, please stop. Calm down. And actually, to be honest with you, I know as much as we bust chops with Tyler, he's actually pretty okay too.
Yeah, he's just fun to make fun of.
Yeah, exactly, because of his 7 professional
teams.
Okay, but before the end of the episode, I want to go find out those 7 football teams and read them out.
I'll try to research it.
Okay, so now we have. Okay, so back at Nagarote, Max is excited because he really, at this point, he's getting ready to play the game. He's starting to play the game, and he wanted this to happen. He's so excited. So then Jen and Haley, they really want to boot Shireen, and Will be on their side for that. And then Max, Shireen, and Kelly want to target Will because he's bad at challenges, so why the fuck not?
Right.
But then Carolyn doesn't think Kelly is the only swing vote because she wants to get rid of both Shireen and or Max. So she approaches Jen with the idea of flipping, and now we have Kelly, who's also having second thoughts. So now they're all over there, and Max and Shireen are just kind of having their own little conversation on their own while everyone's just kind of discussing this demise. I mean, they could all decide to vote out Max or all to vote out Shireen, but they don't know. They don't know which one is more annoying. It's kind of like a horse race. It's gonna be like a photo finish. It's fantastic. So that night at Tribal, Shireen thinks everyone's getting. I'm sorry. Everyone gelled really quickly. Gelled? Is that
gelled? Yeah, because like gelling together means you like work really well together.
And then she laughs because Jeff makes a face at her.
Yeah.
And was really strange. So then Max points out that the swap was a disaster. He compares it to One World because of course he does. Jen laughs at him for.
Did you hear that?
What?
I don't know. There was a weird noise that was just made. Keep
Okay.
going.
All right. I'll watch it back at the recording, I guess. Jen laughs at him for his survivor recall. And Max is very proud of his knowledge. He is the Albert Einstein of Survivor. But you know what though? His Albert Einstein ways doesn't work for much longer. Because what happens to our good old Max? The man that Gocubs predicted being the winner of this whole thing.
Yeah.
He gets eliminated by a vote of 5-2.
Not really close.
Not at all close, because Shireen is now...
blindside.
And Shireen is now alone, and Max has been eliminated. Someone that I honestly thought that I was gonna like, I think Gocubs, I think we both agree that we thought we were gonna like him.
Yeah, no, I thought he was gonna be a cool guy, and then he just got really not good.
I think he had good intentions all the way, but he was just annoying. And
yeah.
Just way too knowledgeable, like a little creepy knowledgeable about the game.
It's like, I think the people that won the most were Capricorn.
Yeah. God damn it. I don't understand what his point about that was at all, so...
Yeah.
Who the hell knows? By the way, I think I forgot to watch the preview for next episode, so I don't really know what's up next.
I don't remember it either.
So, who knows?
Weird.
We'll be surprised. Okay.
Just like you guys, because I don't know if you're going to watch this or not.
Alright, so...
Please do. Watch this.
Before we actually complete this episode, before we actually move on to the our predictions for who's going to be out next... You need a new person to predict who's going to be the winner. So who do you think?
Need a new person to predict to be the winner since Max is out. And so I got like -1 points because my person got voted out. Chris just remains because that decision didn't involve Chris, so he doesn't get a +1. I get a -1 though. So my new person to predict going to win, the person who in the game. I think that I'm rooting for the most that has not already been chosen is Jen from No Collar, because I think that being able to find the idol, very important skill. I do like the No Collar attitude of the three best. I think that Will, Jen, Haley, and Joe are all really good people, and I'd honestly root for any of them. Can't say the same for white and blue collars, so I knew I needed to pick a no collar, and Jen just seemed like the best one.
Yeah, there's like we said before, there are some people from white collar and blue collar that we can stand sort of, but a lot of them, it's just kind of like they need to stop. They need to calm the fuck down.
Yeah,
they need to stop being them. No, I'm not messing around though. But anyways, so now we know a new winner has now been chosen for Gocubs. And Let's hope that she lasts very long. I'm really hoping.
I'm hoping that they go far.
I'm hoping that Joe and Jen last the longest. I think that would be a really interesting File 2 or File 3 with those two in it. So, regardless of that, now we need to go on to who we think is going to be eliminated. So since Gocubs, you just spoke about your person, I'm going to start with my person.
Right.
You know, I really find it hard to believe that Escameca is not going to win their next challenge, the next immunity challenge, reward challenge, whatever it may be. I think they're just going to sweep. So, it's you really want to think Shireen would be the next one out, but I feel like Shireen can turn the tables. She's creepy, but she has that ability to kind of turn. I feel like she might have that ability to manipulate maybe Kelly. Maybe she has that ability to manipulate one of the red collar. Fuck.
Okay, I can make fun of you again.
No collar. So, with that being said, that maybe not the no collar, because this person I'm about to pick is no collar, but she could definitely, I think, maybe mix the tribe up a little bit. It's a wild guess, and I believe who Gocubs is going to be picking for who will be eliminated, but I'm gonna go with Will, and I think that Will is gonna end up being out. He's a great guy. I really liked him as a person on Survivor. I thought he was very entertaining, very kind, but I don't know if he will be able to really last a long time with physically and some probably mentally a little bit.
Yeah.
Well. So go ahead, Gocubs. Do the obvious one.
Shireen. There's like she's alone. Nobody really likes her. If it wasn't Max, it was gonna be her. She's not gonna stay.
Yeah, and I will say this. I think this is the first time in the past 2 episodes that we've had that Mike is not on this list, but that's just because he's now
he's on a really good tribe now. So
yeah. Hey, so there you go. That's gonna be our predictions for who will be eliminated, and we also got the people that we believe are going to win. A little update on that. And that is going to be the end of our episode. Gocubs, any thoughts? Comments?
Eric Whitaker keeps fucking changing his profile picture on Facebook, and it's pissing me off.
That actually sounds like a celebrity, is he?
He's a choir composer.
Oh. And that's the news in musical Facebook land. So thank you all so much for watching. Oh, the 7 football teams. Do we have them?
It literally just all it says is like 7 football teams. Nothing more than he kicked the game-winning field goal on national television against USC.
Let me see.
That's all it says.
I think I got this right here. Yes, he's wait, hold on a second.
How the fuck did you find them?
I know his last name.
Fredrickson.
I actually want to make a point out as well is that he actually was on 8 professional football teams.
What? What?
This entire time we thought it was just 7.
Because he said it was 7.
And now I'm looking at it now, and it looks like 8. I mean, oh no, you know what? It was 7.
I found it.
It was 7 because Denver Broncos was 2 different years. I apologize. So it was 7. Okay. It was 7, but he had 2 stints with the Broncos.
Can I list them off since this is my pain?
Go ahead.
Seattle Seahawks, Denver Broncos, Amsterdam Admirals, Denver Broncos, Dallas Cowboys, Washington Redskins, Oakland Raiders, Los Angeles Avengers. 2
of them being like the other league, I believe, like the
right
part of the. The first one was NFL Europe, but I think the other one is like the AFL or something like that. But yeah, so
there we go. I feel like, what is it? Satisfied.
Yeah. Well, like, he got kicked by the Seahawks and the Broncos and the Dallas Cowboys. And I was just thinking, like, okay, those are good teams, so maybe the other smaller.
But he's played on 7 of them.
But, like, maybe like, he might have to have his opportunity in the lower end, and it turns out that he tried out for both Washington Redskins and Oakland Raiders, and neither of them accepted. So he's just a bad player. No one wants him. Not even the Raiders. And that's saying something. No offense to Oakland Raider fans.
No, all the offense. He wants to offend you.
I'm just saying that you guys are kind of screwed right now, unless something magic happens. Oh God! Loud noises. Loud noises. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.